In the word impossible, if you separate the I, the M, it becomes what? I am possible. So easy. Chi is energy, energy is Chi, and this is the bagua basis of Feng Shui. I'm just showing it to you. It's outside the scope of this class to teach you about it. But basically, it explores all the dimensions of your health. Your life has to be in order for you to be happy. I tell people you cannot experience joy until you first have peace. You can't have a baby without getting pregnant first. In that order. We talk about relationships. When we have the Tao, is where everything's in order. When you can experience calm and excitement at the same time. That's what I suggest to my clients when their energies are clear. You will feel, you are currently feeling a profound sense of peace and calm that you've never experienced before, and yet, while in the state of profound peace, you are exhilarated. How is that possible? It is possible because that's the state of Tao. Just a little bit about the Hindu system. Chakras are the vortices. Imagine there's an elliptical force, that's your Chi, outside of your body. Clearly you're alive and the Chi should be bigger than your physical body. Chinese people say when the Chi disappears, is the word we say death means no Chi. Those are the different pieces, and in a bit I'm going to demonstrate. I'm only going to deal with third eye. So the Kundalini, I'm dealing with just the physical realm when I'm working with the client to deal with challenges in this lifetime. Dowsing is a verb, is the act of locating subtle energies. We're measuring your Chi. And I will show you, because I have an instrument to show you. Yesterday somebody was asking me, who said she was a psychic and all that kind of stuff. And she says, why do you use a dowsing rod? I said, I do not need a dowsing rod to know what your energies are. It's not for me, it's for the client. And it's a very good tool for education. One time my dowsing rods were flagged by TSA, and so they asked me what these were. So I said, well, you know people use 2 sticks to go find water? Most people know that. That's called dowsing. I said, I measure human energies. And she kind of looked at me. I said, would you like me to demonstrate? So I had a TSA agent there, and I was doing what, and in a moment I'm going to show you what I do. And when I got done, there was an audience. And some guy in a suit said, wow, is that a new security device? I said, it can be. It's that if you're comfortable to say God, say God. If other people are not comfortable, it's not your problem. True?
Yes.
I'm Chinese, I speak Chinese. If you don't like it, it's too bad for you. Not my problem, right? But if I want to communicate with you, and if you can't speak Chinese, I'll have to speak your language, right? So, putting spirit first in the mind-body-spirit paradigm is what I do as a health educator. Previously, we so much emphasize on physical first, then maybe mental, and then spiritual. Nobody wants to talk about that because we're uncomfortable. I don't understand why in this whole life we always have to be comfortable. Eustress is good for progress, isn't it? If you're too comfortable, you won't move anywhere. We just have one blob of protoplasm and it'll still be there in 60 years. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit about dowsing, and I will show you how I measure with a tool to show you. You can use muscle testing, you can use a pendulum, you can use a hairpin, you can use whatever you can imagine you to use. Energy is energy, you can't create nor destroy it. We can only transform it. The energy that drives our emotions is what I'm working with. It takes as much energy to say, I have no self-confidence. So when a client say, I have no self-confidence, I say, you've got tons of self-confidence, you're just parking it in the wrong spot. You're so convinced you can't do this, right? How about we flip it over and use the same energy and say, you can do this, it's just so easy. Take the T away and the can became a can. Right? In the word impossible, if you separate the I, the M, it becomes what? I am possible. So easy. All right. Your source code is to mitigate the fear. Fear busters we are. Aren't we? We are fear busters. No more be afraid. Fear not. Everybody says, fear not.
Fear not.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I can do anything.
I can do anything.
Okay, so what I ended up with in source of branding myself when I came out as an academic is to create something that still keeps my identity, but I enhance it. So my business is called iHealth with a little I. That's that little I that God placed in you, that little light of your soul. This little light of mine, I'm going to make it shine, right? So that little piece, however, as we grow up, we have all these lies, all lies, that grown-ups tell us. If they tell us often enough, if we hear it often enough, and we believe it, and we act on it, it becomes your truth. So if you're unlucky and somebody says you're stupid, ever since you can understand the word, then you create an aura of, I am stupid, duh. Or if you are lucky to have parents who say, you're smart, you're a genius, you might believe it and actually up your IQ scores. Who knows, right? My mom told me when I asked her why I got this mark on my hand, and she says, child, when babies are born, they come down an assembly line. And God checks everyone to make sure they're perfect. When God came to you, she stopped and touched you right there and said, this one is extra special.
Wow. Love it.
That's the best gift my mother gave me. So I believe it, I still believe it, I still thank her for it. And she never sat a day in school until she sat in my classroom. Everything that feels uncomfortable or bad that you experience comes from fear. Everything that feels good comes from love. It's so simple, isn't it? And it's a degree of fear you have, right? Anger is like a little bubble of fear, like an itch you can't scratch, you just know it's there. And then when somebody triggers something, all the snakes fall out of your mouth. Or if they don't, they go back and eat you up. So degrees of fear. And depression is when you walk around all day on eggshells, more days like that than not in a week. And even at that level, they're all black clouds. The sun does shine through. But when a person carries so much fear, where there is no sunshine and there's no glimmer of anything different than your fear that you carry, I call that despair. And at this stage, the individual would want to self-destruct or hurt other people or both. So when a client comes in, I draw this picture for them, I give them a red marker. Now show me where you are. They self-diagnose. And my job at the end of the session is to blow them out of the box. When you have no more fear, you can be happy if you want to be. I have carefully chosen these 3 phrases that I would go over and over again with the client to know that when you say I can, it means I have the ability to. Right? But just because I can doesn't mean I want to. Can I go to Caesar's Palace tonight? Of course I can. Do I want to? I'm not sure if I want to. Right? So first you have to start with having the ability. Can you change? Can you quit smoking? Yes, I can, but I don't wanna. I'm not ready yet. If I quit smoking, all my friends would hate me and then I won't have any more friends, so it's better to die of lung cancer than to die alone. That's the terror. That's the terror. That's the bottom line. I want to, so just because you can doesn't mean you want to, so you have to invoke in the client, you can do this. Say I can.
I can.
I want to.
I want to.
Now just because you can and you want to, you don't have to choose to. Like today, can you come to class? Of course you can. Do you want to come to this class? Some of you may have wanted. In fact, there are many out there who later would wish, I wanted to go there, but they didn't show. But you made a conscious choice. You chose to. It takes 3 for the protoplasm to move. I want to. First, I can. Now, I'm going to say, are you going to raise your feet? You say, I'm raising my feet because I can. Can you or can you not?
Yes.
You know, this morning I was just talking to a colleague, and I said, you should raise your feet. I looked at her products. I said, you have a good product here, and it deserves a better feet. I can't. I said, which part? You can't? You don't know how to write a higher number? Or what? Or you don't want to. Usually when they say, I don't want to, here comes the excuse. Right? A good friend once told me, Kweethai, I could have gotten a PhD too. I said, but you didn't. I did. You didn't. Because I said, can you? You could have because you're smart enough. Did you want to? Maybe, maybe not. But did you choose to? You didn't because it takes sweating 40 buckets of blood to get here.